Soil. Our Earth's crust is covered with the layer of soil. Soil is made up of small pieces of rocks and dead plants and animals. Importance of soil. Soil is important for all living organisms. Many plants grow in soil. They get water and nutrition from soil. Many small animals are also found in the soil. Some microorganisms help in maintaining the fertility of soil. Types of soil. There are different types of soil. Sandy soil. Sandy soil has grains of rocks. It is dry and gritty to touch because the soil particles have large space among them, due to which it does not hold water and can be easily carried away by wind. Clayey soil. Clayey soil is very fine, smooth and soft. Clay particles are tightly packed, that's why it has good water storage capacity. It is sticky to touch when wet but smooth when dry. Due to the small size of particle, it has the tendency to settle down together and little air pass through the spaces. Clayey soil is good for the growth of plants. Loamy soil. Loamy soil contains a balance of all three soil materials: silt, sand and clay, and also humus. It has a high content of nutrients and organic matter, so this soil is good for gardens. Loam is dark in color and feels soft and dry in your hands. It has a good water holding capacity and air moves freely among the soil particles down to the roots. Formation of soil. The formation of soil happens over a very long period of time. It can take 1000 years or more. Soil is formed from the weathering of rocks and minerals. The surface rocks break down into smaller pieces through a process of weathering and is then mixed with organic matter. Over time, this creates a thin layer of soil. Plants help the development of the soil. They attract animals, and when the animals die, their bodies decay. Decaying matter makes the soil thick and rich. This continues until the soil is fully formed. Soil profile. Soil profile is a vertical section of soil from the ground surface to the pattern row. There are different layers of soil. The upper layer of soil is topsoil. It contains a lot of humus and decomposed organic matter. This layer is dark in color. The roots of plants grow in this layer and obtain nutrition. The layer below the topsoil is subsoil. It contains organic matter in less quantity. This layer is light in color. The roots of some plants also grow in this layer. The layer below the subsoil is bedrock. The upper part of this layer contains broken rocks from the parent material. The lower part of this layer contains unbroken rocks. The water in this layer is very less. Soil erosion. The removal of topsoil by wind, water or other elements is called soil erosion. Soil erosion results in the loss of soil fertility, which affects the growth of plants. The factors that are responsible for soil erosion are wind. In some regions like deserts, strong winds blow away the soil particles. Due to this, fewer plants grow in these regions. Water. Rain and running water can take away the topsoil with it. Due to this, nutrients in soil are lost and it affects the plantation. On hilly areas, soil erosion by water is more. Water flows at a high speed down the hills, which loosens the particles of soil. Other factors. Overgrazing by cattle also results in the removal of plants from the soil. Deforestation is the excess cutting down of trees, which results in soil erosion. Poor farming methods cause soil erosion. Soil conservation. As soil is important to sustain life on the earth, we should have to take steps to conserve soil. Plant more and more trees so that plants' roots bind the soil and do not allow it to erode by any factor. To prevent soil erosion on hilly areas, terrace farming is done. In these areas, farmers cut the slope into steps that reduce the speed of flowing water. Cattle grazing on small pieces of land should be avoided. Do not allow cattle to graze at the same place again and again. Building embankments along the river banks and bunds prevent soil erosion. Trees are planted in rows along the edges of fields to protect against winds.